Everybody, it's Kelly, and today it's Two-Page Tuesday, so I have a two-page or double-page layout for you today. This one is totally product inspired, and it's inspired by that film strip paper, which you can see kind of in the left corner there. That is a Chamel paper I've had forever, and it's about time it gets used. So I'm taking these 5 photos and I'll make them into a double-page layout. I'm going to use that background paper, which is that gray paper, and that's from Heidi Swap's September Skies. It's a 12 by 12 paper pad. That is a collection from 2014, so again, it needs to get used. So then I am going to mount it on that I'm going to mount the photos on that navy paper, which is from Pebbles, the Land That I Love paper. It's the fireworks paper. And I cut a strip of that film strip paper, which is the Chamel, it's from True Stories, and it's the shortbread paper, and that also is from 2014. So I'm going to use the film strip as a strip to sort of border the block with the photos. So now I'm going to go cut at least the top border of the blue paper there, and then I'm just kind of laying them up against one another here so that I get the measurement correct between the two. Now I use ring binders, 3-ring binders. I used to use the American Crafts ones, but those are getting hard to find, so now I'm using the Hobby Lobby ones because those are much easier. So my two-page layouts don't sit completely together, and that doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, you can do one of two things. If you have a sewing, well, you can probably do more than that, but actually you can do a couple. So if it bothers you, you can sew them together, you can staple them together, and you can also use a heat tool to seal them together, I guess would be the best way to describe that. So if you have the heat tool for Project Life and all those kinds of things by We Are Memory Keepers, you can use that instead. Now, as I said, this doesn't bother me, so no big deal. So what I did there is I was just kind of testing where I thought my title would lay, so I kind of knew how wide to make this navy block totally. And I like doing this where I do a block that runs across both pages. So now what I'm going to do is put the film strip paper onto the layout, and I'm going to cut it. But before I do that, I'm going to round that top corner. So I don't love it when my top corners are an actual corner on two-page layouts. I don't know why that's different than on single-page layouts, but I often round my corners on two-page layouts. So now you can see what I did is I just put that, I cut a little bit of the film strip off where it wasn't a full frame on the left side, and then I had just a tiny bit more to cut off on the right side there. And obviously it's not going to look exactly like it's going from side to side, but that's fine with me. I mean, I could have made it look like that, but I'm not so worried about it. So now I'm trying to choose a journaling card because I'm going to end up with kind of like a photo block on the right-hand page there. And so I'm thinking about how big I want to make it. So I'm kind of looking at photo blocks, and I really like this gray card. I need something, or I want something that I can put on the page horizontally, sorry for all the yums, so that I can journal that way and it matches the width of the photo above it. And so I found this Project Life card. Now that has rounded corners and none of the photos are rounded, so I don't love that, but I will figure out a way to get past that. And I think I'm watching something on my iPad here, which is why I'm doing that. So what I did is I went in and I cut off the bottom of this card, so that cuts off the rounded corner there. And then I'll just hide the other one with the photo itself. I did want to drop the photo a little bit lower because the card is not as wide as the bottom photos anyway. So I'm just trying to figure that I do need to take a little bit off the side of the photo again. And then that will fit, basically will fit the width of the card. And I never measure these things. It would make my life a lot easier if I did, or maybe it wouldn't, I don't know. But anyway, I just don't measure it. Okay. So there you get my really messy hair because I did a 5K before this, and I came home and I scrapbooked before I showered, so it was messy. I was still running around with my ponytail and whatever. Alright, so now I'm just going to line that up with the side, and then again I want to line up my film strip here. So I'll put that on the edge, and for some reason it doesn't bother me if the bottom is straight on the side of it. It just bothers me if it's the top. So I don't know, it provides a more finished look for me, I guess, because I think the bottom, especially with this layout, because it's laying on that film strip, it looks like it's resting on a shelf, which would be squared. Alright, so now I am taking my glitter foam thickers. They are the American Crafts thickers from Cedar Lane, and I think that was a collection from Pink Paisley, if I remember correctly. And there's silver glitter and gold glitter in this pack, and that is from 2015. So I've used up things that are 4 and 5 years old here, which is awesome. So I'm just playing around with this a little bit. I think I want that arrow there because I really want it pointing at his smile or somewhere in the vicinity of his smile. Alright. And I'll futz around with that arrow a little bit more, which is fine. Now, from that same Cedar Lane sheet of thickers, I'm going to grab these hearts, and they're glitter hearts to match the glitter in the film strip. So I'll just kind of sprinkle them around the page in a couple of places. And I'm going back and forth about whether I want to use the larger ones or the smaller ones, and then I realized there's more arrows on that page, so maybe I should use a couple of those as well, so that the arrow on the left by the title doesn't look completely out of place. It is leaving a lot of white space, which I don't love and appreciate, but it's fine. I have a stack of embellishments sitting to the left of my desk, so like when I get close to a pack, the end of a pack of enamel dots, those kinds of things, I will put them there, or if I have not used them in a long time, sometimes I'll put them there. So this pack of thickers was part of it, and I don't understand why I can't use these. They're beautiful, or why I don't use these, and they make easy titles, but I don't think of them, and that's true about a lot of my packs like this. So I grabbed this and figured, I knew when I did the glitter film strip that I had a Thickers Alpha that had glitter on it as well, so I thought that was a perfect opportunity to use that. Alright, so I just continue to rearrange how all those hearts look there. And I'm just about done futzing with that, you guys. So coming up will be a still shot and a couple of detail shots. Hope you guys are well, and I will be back with another layout again soon. Bye!